Welcome everyone for Module 3, Prompt Engineering for Testing. In this module, I'm going to show you something that I think is genuinely going to change the way you work as a tester. It changed the way I think about AI tools, and I believe it will do the same for you. Let me start with a simple question. How many of you have used tools like ChatGPT or Claude and felt like the output was either too vague, too long, or just not quite what you needed? If that resonates with you, then going through this module is the right thing to do. Here is the thing. The tool is not broken. The instructions was incomplete. That is what prompt engineering fixes. On this slide, you can see three words: concise, explicit, and test focused. These are the three qualities that separate a prompt that produces something useful from one that produces something generic. And throughout this module, every technique we cover comes back to these three ideas. So the title of this module is Prompt Engineering for Testing. But if you look at the subtitle, it's How Testers Control AI Quality is really the more important idea. As a tester, your job is to control quality. Prompt engineering extends that skill into AI. The better your prompts, the better you are your outputs. It is that direct. So by the end of this module, you are going to walk away with practical patterns you can use today in ChatGPT, in Claude, or in Gemini to generate test cases, manage context, analyze logs, and build complete test suites. So let us get started by looking at exactly what you will learn and practice. So this slide gives you the full map of the module. Everything we are going to cover and why it matters to you as a QA professional. There are three big learning outcomes. First, you are going to learn to create optimized prompts. Prompts that are clear, structured, and designed to drive the kind of output you actually need. Second, you are going to learn to control AI reasoning, which means guiding the model through step-by-step logic so it produces better, more accurate results. Third, you are going to learn to improve reliability, which is about reducing hallucination and increasing consistency in AI outputs, so that what you get back is dependable enough to build on. Now let me walk you through the specific skills on the bottom part of this slide, because these are the things we are actually going to practice together. Writing optimized prompts. That is the foundation. Everything else builds on being able to write a prompt that clearly communicates your intent. Managing context effectively. This is something a lot of people overlook, and it causes real problems. We will talk about what context window is, why it gets noisy, and how to keep it clean. Using patterns for API and UI testing. These are repeatable prompt templates that you can take away and use immediately in your team's workflows. Applying few short and zero shot prompt. Two powerful techniques that control how much guidance you give the model and how it responds to that guidance. Using chain of thought. This is about asking the model to reason through a problem step by step which often produces a more accurate and complete results. Avoiding risks and prompt failures. Because every technique has failure modes, and knowing what they are helps you course correct fast. And finally, working hands-on with ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, because this theory without practice is not enough. So by the end of this module, you will have practiced all of these, right? So let's start by understanding why prompt engineering matters to all of us.